Let's start by saying that the H1 code in many air conditioning brands is often related to the defrost cycle of the outdoor unit, which activates when the air conditioner is in heating mode. The H1 code indicates the temporary presence of defrost mode, which should deactivate automatically after a few minutes once the frost on the outdoor unit is removed. Brands that identify with this meaning of the H1 code include Kelvinator, Trane, Electrolux, Gree, and Carrier. We should note that the defrost cycle begins when the unit stops working in heating mode and switches to cooling mode. This way, the outdoor unit no longer expels cold air but hot air, which melts the ice and ensures the outdoor heat exchanger functions properly. Let's look at the following characteristics of defrost mode activation and the presence of the H1 code. 1. The air conditioning unit has temperature sensors that detect ice buildup on the outdoor unit. 2. When a significant amount of ice is detected, the unit enters defrost mode. During this cycle, the compressor runs, but the fans may stop to concentrate the heat in the outdoor unit. 3. Once the ice has melted, the system automatically returns to heating mode, and the H1 code disappears. 4. The defrost cycle typically lasts between 5 and 15 minutes, depending on the amount of ice buildup and outdoor conditions. This cycle can activate several times a day in very cold and humid climates. 5. If the defrost cycle lasts longer than usual, it may indicate a problem with the temperature sensor or the defrost system itself. 6. If the defrost cycle activates too frequently, it could be due to an issue with the temperature sensor of the outdoor unit. Now, let's look at the variations of the H1 code according to the brand. For the manufacturer Daikin, the H1 code indicates issues with the temperature sensor of the outdoor unit. Disconnect the unit electrically for a few minutes and check if the error disappears. If it persists, remove the temperature sensor from the outdoor unit's heat exchanger and measure its resistance with a multimeter on the Killam scale. The resistance should neither be zero nor infinite, and should decrease when you rub the sensor with your hand. Compare the measured value with the sensor's resistance and temperature table. For the brands Luxaire and York, the H1 code indicates a network communication malfunction. Disconnect the unit electrically for several minutes and check if the error disappears. If it persists, measure the voltage coming from the external network to ensure it is correct and check the signal cable connection between units. In Panasonic and Toshiba, the H1 code indicates excessive current in the inverter compressor. Disconnect the unit electrically for several minutes and check if the error disappears. If it persists, measure the voltage coming from the external network. If the problem continues, clean the outdoor and indoor units with water and soap, clean the filters, and check again. If the problem persists, there may be issues with the compressor.